Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the part 2 of the Cosmic Trial prep video. We covered in the previous video how to get ready for the Cosmic Trial. Now we're going to run one here. Cable. I haven't played Cable in about a year, and I really haven't done anything to re-familiarize myself with him. We're going in pretty blind. First step, you'll see a Madam Hydra icon over here. Some trash mobs will spawn. You'll see a counter up at the top center of the screen. We need to take out 40 enemies. I'll throw down some AoE. These are non-elite mobs, so whatever you gotta do to throw out the trash mobs here. Once we get the 40 down, Madam Hydra will spawn. Here come some blue mobs. Fortunately, they're melee. Or the ranged ones, I'm sorry. The ranged ones are harder to group you up. The melee ones will gather for you and makes things a lot easier. Pop the SIG here. Survivability is key. There's only two ways to fail the trial, either dying or running out of time. So if you're dying, you need to learn how to dodge the mechanics. If you're running out of time, then you need to up your damage or improve your time on target. Basically spending less time dodging around. You can do that by increasing your survivability, through itemization, omega spending, things like that. Most of the way through this first phase. There are two phases to this piece of content. Madam Hydra is the first phase, Red Skull is the second. You need to complete both phases without being defeated. In combat, we want to use our dash as much as possible. Now, Madam Hydra has spawned, and we've got Hulkbusters joining her in combat. Hulkbusters are pretty nasty mobs. We're fighting all three at once. The grouping here is pretty nice. As long as we have invulnerability up, we can do some significant damage to them. Don't have to worry about incoming damage there. Teleport back out. When you get real familiar with your dashes and your mobility, whether it be teleport or combat dash or anything like that. We only got one Hulkbuster left. There we go. Now we can focus on the boss. Cable's burst damage is pretty nice. Getting chunked down pretty well. Going vulnerable. The Cable melee build. She will summon a bodyguard on a timer. It's not based on her health, so I don't know the exact timing on the clock, but he's going to eventually spawn a bodyguard who's going to come down and she'll become invulnerable. She'll gain that green shield. There we go. We just have to take down the bodyguard to get back onto her. Bodyguard is down. Back on the boss. She shouldn't stay up long enough to do another one, but you can see the timer there. We still have 2 minutes, so you can be very careful. If you don't complete this on your first try, don't get discouraged. Just use the first couple of attempts to get yourself familiar with mechanics and what telegraphs you need to dodge. You see the little red arrows when you start taking a lot of damage. Things we should be dodging. I do recommend having your team up set to active. Some of them can tank it, some of them can taunt. You don't really need to have any specific team up. That said, I am using Deadpool, who's one of the popular ones to use in here. He has a taunt mechanic that'll get the aggro off of you, which obviously increases your survivability. We have moved on to phase 2 of the fight. We've completed the Madam Hydra portion. Next will be Red Skull, but he won't spawn until we get the trash mobs down. Get all confused there, that was Deadpool's taunt mechanic. This time we need to defeat 50 trash mobs before Red Skull will spawn. A lot of gathering and AoEing. Some of these mobs can hit you decently, but if you're familiar with your character at all, you'll be fine. And to be honest, if you're not familiar or comfortable in that character, you don't want to really take it into cosmic content anyway, so. We're over halfway. Top mechanic from Deadpool there is helpful. Bunch of trash mobs spawning here. 12 more to go.
Target down.
6 more mobs. So there's more mobs than there are needed to complete the counter. From south of us we weren't going to need. 2 more mobs and we'll get to face Red Skull. Deadpool's teaming up, or tanking that lock-on ability from these guys. Alright, Red Skull's on the ground. Deadpool is still tanking.
This was but a glimpse of the
All the ads are gone. You want to get the ads burned down as quickly as possible. You don't need any extra sources of damage hitting you while you're trying to get down Red Skull. Red Skull's going to have a couple mechanics here. Every 1/3 of his life, he's going to summon an ad. There's the green shield. I'm going to bring in a sentinel there. Like I missed a trash mob over this way. I'm going to burn down the sentinel as quickly as possible. He hits pretty hard with his stomp there. Or Sig. The ad is still up over there. Team up is doing a pretty good job of dealing with it. Red Skull has a lot of damaging abilities. You need to watch out for his mechanics. He has a green spray that he'll swipe back and forth that can do some significant damage. So, got his first sentinel down. He's right down to half life. He'll spawn the next one at 1/3 HP. On the second sentinel, we're going to pop our ults to burn that ad down quickly, and then hopefully our ult will have duration long enough to get back on the Red Skull to do some significant damage before ending. His green shield there. Disengage. Pop the ults here. Go invulnerable for it. Alright, the ad is down. We get back on the Red Skull. Down to about 20% life. We're just managing our cooldowns, tracking our positioning, watching out for mechanics. There's a red pool of death we don't be standing in. That's the end of Red Skull. And we've completed the Cosmic Trial. When you finish this, you want to body slide out of here. Just press B on your keyboard. We'll go back to the hub. We'll look at the waypoint system. You'll get to see what we've unlocked. If you remember from the previous video, when you go to the waypoint system, go to challenges. There's Midtown Patrol, Industry City Patrol, and Hightown Patrol. Now that we've completed the trial, we now have access to Cosmic of each of those. And that's it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section down below. You can also tweet them at Rushlock on Twitter. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you next time.